So just to provide an update for the Realistic Randy Baby Watch 2019, the baby has not arrived yet. She's hanging out in the oven still, chilling, doesn't want to be bothered. So that's why we're able to do a podcast today. And the focus of today's podcast is the Vikings Pro Bowl selections. So yesterday, the Pro Bowl rosters were announced, in which surprisingly only 3 Vikings players made the cut, while at least another 3 players got extra snubs. So let's go ahead and start with the players that got selected. Dalvin Cook, he's an MVP candidate, albeit this is pretty much Lamar Jackson's award to lose. Although I would argue that Michael Thomas should really be neck and neck with Lamar Jackson. Either way, Dalvin Cook, he's not going to win MVP, but I do think he at least deserves a vote. Also, Danielle Hunter, he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. So those 2 players, Dalvin Cook and Danielle Hunter, those are 2 no-brainers for the Pro Bowl. Also, Harrison Smith, he made the Pro Bowl as well. While not having a great year to his standards, he's still technically been great relative to the rest of the league. So I'll take that. But when I saw the Minnesota Vikings official announcement on social media, they posted a picture with the 3 players, Hunter, Cook, and Smith. And I said, wait, is this a 2-part post? Where are the rest of the players at? And before I get to the snub list for the Vikings Pro Bowl, for all the people out there, the Pro Bowl is a joke. It doesn't matter. Why are we wasting our energy on this? And I'm not going, I understand what it is that you're saying, but it does matter to these players, if nothing else, to these players, because the majority of these players have some sort of Pro Bowl roster bonus clause in their contracts. And then also, when you're talking about Hall of Fame selections, are they going to get inducted or not, among other things, Pro Bowl selections are a big-time factor in that. I know first-team All-Pro, the All-Pro selections, all that stuff, the yardage, the records that they've broken, that gets considered as well. But Pro Bowls are still a big part in that game. So when we get to the snub list, Stephon Diggs is 8th in receiving right now. Although, I'll give you this, for all the anti-Stephon Diggs, for the Pro Bowl folks, he is outside the top 30 in total receptions and touchdowns. So, okay, fine. I think he should be in the Pro Bowl, but I'm not going to really debate that. Kirk Cousins, there is zero excuse for this man to not be in the Pro Bowl. First of all, he's top 10 in passing yards and in passing touchdowns, and he's 3rd in the league in completion percentage. When you look at the quarterbacks that got selected to the Pro Bowl from the NFC, Russell Wilson, I ain't arguing against that. Clearly, he should be in the Pro Bowl. Drew Brees, you could debate that because he's missed a couple of games, but he is number 1 in the league in completion percentage. The yardage isn't there because of the games that he's missed, but number 1 in the league in completion percentage, that's pretty huge. But Aaron Rodgers, hold up, bro. First of all, what are we doing right now? Kirk Cousins is 3rd in the league in completion percentage. Aaron Rodgers, he's 18th. Kirk Cousins is 4th in the league in yards per attempt. Aaron Rodgers, he's 15th. And when it comes to passing yards and touchdowns, Kirk Cousins is ahead of Aaron Rodgers in those 2 categories as well as of right now. Albeit it's relatively close, they're pretty much neck and neck, but yards per attempt and completion percentage, Kirk Cousins has been a better quarterback all around than Aaron Rodgers this year. That is absolutely insane. Then we get to Eric Kendricks, in which, okay, the 2 middle linebackers that got selected ahead of Eric Kendricks in the NFC is Bobby Wagner and Luke Kuechly. Now, Luke Kuechly, I'm okay with, but Bobby Wagner, really? And I'm not trying to take anything away from Bobby Wagner. Right now, he has 139 tackles, which is more than Eric Kendricks right now. However, Eric Kendricks, he also has over 100 tackles, but he's also the number one linebacker in the league in pass deflection. So hands down, Eric Kendricks is the best linebacker in the NFL in pass coverage, and he has over 100 tackles, and he doesn't make the Pro Bowl? And you know what? I'm sorry, but permission to go there. which now that the words just came out of my mouth, I don't even know why I said that. Permission to go there. It's not like this is a joint podcast. This is a solo podcast. I'm talking to myself for 5 to 10 minutes. It's my show. I will go there. But Anthony Barr has made the Pro Bowl in each of the last 4 seasons. Relative to the best, when you think about the best players in the league going to the Pro Bowl, Anthony Barr has basically put up zero stats. And I'm surprised that Anthony Barr has not made the Pro Bowl this year just off of his name alone. But somehow we have a guy in Eric Kendricks who is arguably the best linebacker overall in the league in terms of run defense and pass coverage. We have a guy who should be a defensive player of the year candidate, certainly should be first team all-pro this year, second team, okay, we can talk about it, but somehow, some way, he doesn't make the Pro Bowl? Yeah, that is some horse shit. That is some grade A horse shit. So if somehow, some way, Eric Kendricks also gets snubbed out of an all-pro selection this year, then essentially 2019 just never happened for Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks is basically just some dude in 2019. We need to seriously figure out a new way to reconstruct the Pro Bowl voting system, because I think it is asinine that the fans have equal voting weight with the players and the coaches. It's divided equally, 33% apiece for the fans, players, and the coaches. And I like fan voting, but it shouldn't be equal with the players and the coaches. Make it 10% or make it 15%. That is insane. So Stephon Diggs, I think he should be in the Pro Bowl, but I'm not going to debate it. Kirk Cousins should definitely be in the Pro Bowl over Aaron Rodgers. And Eric Kendricks not being in the Pro Bowl at all is highway robbery for the 2019 Pro Bowl. Let me know your guys' thoughts. We do this 3 times a week, man. We do this 3 times. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the roster, I just said, this has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. The guys on Twitter for the Minnesota Vikings, they must have did some error. They didn't include all the players. And then I looked up the official NFL announcement for the Pro Bowl roster in 2019, and Eric Kendricks wasn't there, and Kirk Cousins wasn't there either. Oh my God, we do this 3 times a week, man. Mediocre at Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at Realistic Randy, Facebook at Realistic Randy. Unless this baby all of a sudden pops out between right now and later on tonight when I'm getting ready to prepare for tomorrow's podcast. The next podcast will be tomorrow, which I'm previewing the upcoming Monday Night Football matchup, Vikings versus Packers. We'll see you then.